What if I told you there's a launch strategy that builds more trust, creates more momentum, and converts better than most traditional webinars, all without the burnout, over-rehearsed scripts, and 97-slide presentations? Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not, because today, I'm pulling back the curtain on the launch formula we've been quietly using behind the scenes and why it's now outperforming traditional webinars inside our business and our students' businesses too. If you're a coach, expert, and aspiring entrepreneur, especially if you're tired of doing what everyone else is doing, this video is going to give you a whole new way to launch. Stay tuned. In case you're tuning into my channel for the first time, hi there. I'm Marisa Murgatroyd, and I've coached and supported tens of thousands of impact-driven coaches, experts, and service providers in growing their online businesses. And I'm here to help you succeed too. And to make sure you don't miss any of my upcoming videos, hit the subscribe button below now. Inside this video, I'll break down the approach I teach my students to use when launching their courses and programs. And today, I'm going to show you how to use it to successfully launch your own too. Now, before you say, but Marisa, webinars aren't dead, you're right. They can still work. In fact, we've used webinars successfully for years. And yes, they've brought in a ton of revenue for us. But even with that success, we've seen a shift in what truly connects with today's audience. The truth is, things are changing. In today's market, people are savvier. They can sniff out a pitch from a mile away. And the typical structure, teach a little, tease a lot, then sell hard at the end, just doesn't land like it used to. Add to that, declining show-up rates, shorter attention spans, and sky-high pressure on a single live performance, and you've got a formula that's exhausting for you and easy for them to skip. So, what's working instead? A more human, experience-driven launch approach that gives your audience a taste of what's possible while letting them feel a win in real time. Here's the shift. Instead of asking people to sit through 90 minutes of slides, you invite them into a short, high-touch experience where they take real action, see real results, and build real trust with you. It can look like a short challenge, a guided workshop series, an expiring mini course, or even a choose-your-own-adventure style experience. The key is this. You're not just giving them content, you're helping them build momentum. You're also giving them rewards along the way. So by the time you make your offer, they're not just interested, they've already experienced a win or two. A small transformation can have your audience salivating. If her free content is this engaging, I wonder how good her paid stuff is. Not a pitch, a progression. And here's what makes this even more powerful. It taps into the core of who your audience wants to become. When they get a glimpse of what's possible for their future selves, even if they experience a small shift, it signals to them that yes, I can do this. And that's where the real trust begins. Now, there are 3 big reasons this kind of approach creates better results. Number 1, it builds connection through action. People don't just trust what you say, they trust how you make them feel. When you help them take action and get a result, you become the guide they want to follow. Number 2, it flips the sales dynamic. Instead of chasing your audience, you're inviting them to step in. So they're already engaged by the time you make your offer. Number 3, it creates momentum. When someone takes one small step forward, they're far more likely to keep going with you. Okay, we're ready to break down what really makes this kind of launch work? Here's how to use the core ingredients that make any experience-driven launch engaging and effective. Step number 1, set the stage. This is where you share the big picture, the transformation they'll begin, and the deeper why behind it. You're not just teaching a concept, you're inviting people into a mission. And when that mission speaks to something they care about, that's when the energy shifts. Here's what this could look like. Let's say you're a wellness coach, helping people reduce stress and feel more grounded through breath work. You don't begin by listing all the health benefits or explaining the nervous system in detail. Instead, you start by saying, today isn't about becoming an expert in breath work. It's about reclaiming a sense of calm, even if life feels chaotic right now. And it starts with just one breath. Because when you can calm your body, you can change your experience. And when you learn how to do that on demand, you become unstoppable. You're not just guiding a breathing exercise. You're helping people remember what it feels like to be in control of their body and mind. That's the deeper why. And when people connect to that kind of transformation, they're not just participating, they're invested. Because here's the truth, your audience doesn't want more information. They want a result, a small win they can feel right away. They might be feeling discouraged right now. Maybe they've created something they're proud of, but no one's talking about it. Maybe they've poured months into content that no one engages with. Maybe they're stuck wondering what they're missing. Whatever the case may be, they're craving something that works better, feels better, and connects more deeply. This is your chance to give them that. When you set the stage, they'll see the path ahead, feel motivated and keep going, and start imagining what's possible for their future self. Not someday, but now. You're not just giving them an overview, you're framing the experience as a turning point. And if you can help them feel even a hint of progress right from the start, that momentum carries through the entire launch. So take the time to really set the stage at the start of your launch. Share the vision, create safety, and build anticipation. Because you're not just setting the stage for a lesson, you're setting the stage for their decision to keep participating. That leads us to step number 2. Create a quick win. Creating a quick win isn't about teaching everything you know. It's about helping your participants actually do something small, tangible, and meaningful that gives them a real result in 30 minutes or less. Because when someone takes action and sees progress, even in a tiny way, that's when belief kicks in. If you help people build their business like I do, you might challenge them to record a 60-second video sharing who they help and how, and post it. If you help people feel more confident in their body, you might guide them through a 5-minute movement or breathwork practice and invite them to journal on how they feel afterward. If you help people improve their relationships, you might encourage them to send a gratitude message to someone they care about or set a boundary they've been avoiding. The point isn't to impress, it's to engage. Because this quick win creates something more powerful than knowledge. It creates momentum. And that momentum, it builds belief. Belief that I actually can do this. That's why step number 3 is also important. Normalize the struggle. Let's talk about the part of the journey most launch strategies completely ignore, the dip. That moment when your participants start to struggle, second guess themselves, or feel like they're the only one who doesn't get it. Because growth isn't always easy, and resistance is part of the process. At some point, your participants will doubt themselves. They'll wonder if they're falling behind or if they're the only one struggling. And if you don't address that head on, they'll check out. Not because they're not committed, but because they think they're the only one having a hard time. So in this step, your job is to shine a light on that invisible moment and help them keep going. Share a story of a time you hit a wall but kept going anyway. Ask people to share their biggest challenge so far in a live chat or post, or guide them through a journaling exercise like, what's one obstacle I faced recently and what's one way I showed up anyway. Because when you normalize the struggle, you shift the story from I must not be cut out for this to, oh, this is just part of the process. And that moment of relief, that's the bridge that keeps someone in the experience and moving forward. This isn't just mindset support, it's a retention strategy. And it could be the thing that helps your participants stay to the end and say yes when the offer comes. Now, if you really want to amplify the impact of your launch and accelerate connection and conversion, this next step can take everything to the next level. Step number 4 is go deeper with something live. Once you've delivered a quick win, you can go deeper by hosting a live session, hot seat, or Q&A where you show up fully and support people in real time. This is your chance to create real connection with your participants and turns curious lurkers into loyal fans. You don't need a perfectly produced webinar or a script. What matters most is that you're present, responsive, and generous. These live moments often create the biggest breakthroughs because your audience gets to see you and feel you in action. They get to ask questions, get clarity, feel heard. If you're ready to build momentum and connection and get more sales rolling in, consider going live. Even once can make a huge difference. And now for our final step, step 5, where you invite them to the next step. Now that they've experienced a win, it's time to invite them to keep going. Share the path forward. This isn't a hard sell, it's a continuation of the mission they started with you. For example, let's say you just hosted a 3-day Find Your Business Idea challenge. At the end, you could say, over the past 3 days, you've taken real steps toward discovering the business you're truly meant to build. You've uncovered your passions, explored your strengths, and mapped out an idea that actually excites you. But this is just the beginning. If you're ready to take the next step and turn that idea into a real business you can grow and get paid for, I'd love to support you inside my program, Start Smart. It's designed to help you go from idea to income in 30 days. And I've guided thousands of new entrepreneurs through it. If this experience helped you gain clarity, Start Smart will help you build momentum. You'll find all the details below. So, what did you think? Can you see yourself using this strategy? Drop a comment below. I'd love to hear how you plan to put it into action. Now, let's wrap up with a few quick tips to help you make your first or next launch even more effective. Tip number 1, keep it simple. This isn't about bells and whistles. Stay focused on one transformation, one offer, one clear next step. Tip number 2, deliver your launch experience live the first time. Run it live before you try to automate it into a pre-recorded challenge, evergreen funnel, you name it. Because when you deliver it live, you're not just teaching or guiding, you're gathering data in real time. What questions do people ask? Where do they get stuck? Which moments light them up? Which parts fall flat? That feedback loop is gold and will help you refine the experience before you try to systematize it. And tip number 3, prioritize community and connection. People want to feel seen. Ask questions, encourage comments, create a container where people support one another. That's your built-in community. And here's a bonus tip. Every time someone shares a result, no matter how small, celebrate it visibly and enthusiastically in your Facebook group, during a live session, inside your course platform, even in your emails. This creates real momentum because people don't just want information, they want to feel seen, supported, and successful. Progress and belonging are two of the most powerful drivers of transformation, and celebration fuels both. Now, before you go, I've got a free training that's perfect for you. It's the 6 essential skills for online business success, where you'll learn the 6 essential skills all successful online business owners share and how to cultivate them, how to start building your online business even if you've got zero money and zero resources, how to identify your $1 million skill set. I was making $16 an hour as a documentary filmmaker, but those same skills became wildly profitable when I applied them to the online world. How to turn the expertise you already have into a business that's aligned, fulfilling, and profitable. This is the information I wish I had when I was starting out, and it's completely free. You'll find the link below. All right. So that's it for today. I hope you found this video valuable. And remember, launching is just one part of the journey. The bigger goal, building a business that delivers results and lights you up. Now go out there and live your message. Again, I'm Marisa. Thanks for watching.